Hello all of you. Today I'm going to talk about my day and whether it was a good or a bad one. To be honest, it was a mix of both, but overall it was a very productive day in my opinion. The main reason I woke up early today was to focus on my law studies, specifically reviewing some complex experimental tax regulation. I spent the morning at home by myself and I felt quite focused. At first, I thought my concentration wasn't strong enough to handle the heavy reading, but the session turned out to be slightly better than I had imagined. One of the best things that happened was that I finally understood a specific case about the corporate law that had been bothering me the entire month. It was by far the most difficult topic I've studied this week, and my notes now look much more professional and organized than before. I felt that my progress today was just as significant as my progress during finals week. Besides my law studies, I also spent some time working on a digital photography project. I wanted to edit some photos using a cinematic style, specifically trying to recreate a film from the past. I was worried that my laptop screen wasn't bright enough to see the colors correctly, but the result was much more realistic than my previous attempts. Using a classic Chrome simulation made the images look nearly as authentic as the real thing. This creative break was easily the most relaxing part of my morning. However, not everything went perfectly. Later in the afternoon, I decided to take a break and play some video games to relax. Unfortunately, I had some technical issues. Even though I have a powerful graphic card, I realized my current internet connection isn't stable enough for competitive matches today. The latency was way more frustrating than usual, and I think there were too many people using the bandwidth in my building. This was easily the most annoying part of my day because I really wanted to maintain a high frame rate and low ping at the video games, but the performance was significantly worse than what I am used to do with my hardware. After that, I went to a local cafe to practice my English exercises. The atmosphere there was a little more crowded than I expected, and it was too noisy to record audio tasks. However, the coffee was good enough to keep me motivated. Comparing the two parts of my day, the morning study session was much more rewarding than the afternoon leisure time. Even though the technical problems were a bit of a nightmare, the legal analysis and the photo editing I completed made the day feel like a success. In conclusion, while the afternoon was a bit worse than I planned due to the internet and the noise, the morning was one of the most productive I have lately. It wasn't a perfect day, but it was definitely positive enough to make me feel accomplished. Thank you all for listening.